Good day to you all. As usual, a pleasure to be with you as we share on God's Word this weekend. I want to talk about the first reading taken from the book of Joshua. The book of Joshua and the reading this weekend presents us with a problem, and the problem is this: it is a very violent book. It presents the idea of a warrior God. Joshua 6:17 says, "The city and everything in it are to be destroyed as an offering to the Lord. Only Rahab the prostitute and everyone in her house should remain alive. They must not be killed because Rahab hid the 2 spies we sent out. And don't take anything that you gather as an offering to the Lord." There is a lot of bloodshed in Joshua and also in the book of Judges as well, with God himself taking part in a lot of the destruction and annihilation of life. And have you ever wondered about the violence that you find in the Old Testament? It does not seem to be the same loving God of the New Testament that we read about in terms of Jesus Christ. The book of Joshua, for instance, the whole episode when the walls of Jericho came tumbling down, the Israelites were instructed to destroy every living thing in it. Men and women, young and old, cattle, sheep, and donkeys, Joshua 6:21. And all of this apparently is sanctioned by God. What do you make of all this? A lot of people have used the idea of a holy war to justify violence. Well, we must be aware of 4 things. First of all, a lot of the violence in the Bible came about as a result of the aggression of the other party that was involved, the Canaanites. After the battles of Jericho and Ai, the book of Joshua portrays Israel's wars in Canaan as a response to the aggression by the Canaanite kings. In fact, in Joshua 5-11, we read that when the Canaanites heard what God had done, they massed together and combined their armies and prepared to annihilate the Hebrews. It was a real situation of kill or be killed. Secondly, a lot of the battles fought were against tyrant kings who were sucking the lifeblood out of the people in order to pay tribute to Pharaoh in Egypt. All the battle narratives name city kings as the enemy. It was not the common folks who were taking care of their farms. Joshua's mission seemed to have been to destroy the network of city rulers who controlled Canaan, breaking Egypt's exploitation of Canaan and defying Pharaoh's claim to be God. In fact, the battle narrative climaxes in Joshua 12 with a list not of the annihilated population groups or destroyed cities, but of the slain kings and the dead tyrants. It was not about killing innocent people, but tyrant leaders. And finally, the language of the Bible is very extreme. Scholars of ancient military texts remind us that in the ancient days, battle accounts used very stereotyped, extreme language. Nuance was not their thing at all. A king would claim that he killed every single occupant of a land, only to report much later that the people paid tribute to him. So the account of total annihilation was only meant to convey total victory. So we have to be careful of this concept of a warrior God, which comes true in the book of Joshua. It is entirely foreign to the God that we believe in, a God of love, a God of mercy and forgiveness. But we need to have some understanding of when violence is necessary or justified as well. So we're going to talk about that another time. God bless you all. Enjoy your weekend.